Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome back if you're a subscriber. My name's Neil, and it's time for another episode of Lost. Okay, episode 4 was a really positive one, which makes me think bad stuff's coming soon. I have no idea from what direction. So I think it's time to start unpacking the first 3 episodes of the season, where we learn about the hatch, we meet Desmond, and perhaps most importantly, we learn all about the Dharma Initiative. Let's start with Desmond telling them about the orientation film in the episode entitled Orientation. It's behind Turn of the Screw, which is a Henry James novella from 1898, a bit of a ghost story. It's the story of a governess who is hired to look after 2 children in a manor. The father, who's been widowed, doesn't really have any interest in raising his children, so he hires a governess to do it. And the governess starts seeing what might be a couple of ghosts around the property. May or may not. Maybe they're a figment of her imagination, and it's kind of reminiscent of a lot of things in Lost here. The parallel, obviously, is Desmond is the governess. He's been thrust into the position of caring for the hatch. He's going a little crazy, seeing ghosts, him seeing Jack and Jack seeing him. That's for both of them, that was a seeing a ghost kind of moment because they met 3 years prior in Los Angeles. Jack may have seen his father's ghost, for that matter. Everything matters in this show, including the random little throwaway book titles. But what's much more important is that behind Turn of the Screw was this film from 1980, Orientation. Film 3 of 6, which tells me that there are potentially other films out there, or that this is the orientation particular to the Swan Station, which is the one under the hatch. We know that there are other stations. Now we know that they are on the island because the tail section survivors have found another station which appears abandoned, but it has a different logo. And the Dharma Initiative logo. Let's talk about everything we've learned about the Dharma Initiative, because that film, while it played, was basically just an information dump. The guy who's actually on camera is a scientist, presumably. His name was Dr. Marvin Candle. I believe that's what I heard. And he's the one telling us the story about Station 3, the Swan. It's the brainchild of Gerald and Karen DeGroot, who were doctoral students at the University of Michigan. You know how I randomly said if you go 42 degrees north and 84 degrees west, you get to the Great Lakes area? I'm not saying that plunks you down right in Ann Arbor, Michigan, but it gets you pretty close. We learn about Alvar Hanso of the Hanso Foundation. He's some Danish industrialist who is sponsoring this Dharma Initiative. So yeah, all these new names that suddenly are very important to the lore of the story. How much more we learn about them in the coming years, very interested to find out. But what is clearly the original purpose of the Dharma Initiative seemed to be this large-scale laboratory/experiment about trying to raise some sort of almost model society. They were doing experiments in psychology, parapsychology, zoology, which may explain the polar bears being on the island. Although clearly Walt has multiple polar bear connections too. The comic book, we think he may have sort of manifested one back in season 1, and hey, Dad gave him a polar bear plushie when Michael and Walt said goodbye to one another when he was a little toddler. I'm diverging. I'll try and get back on track. What else do we know about the Dharma Initiative? The logo is very interesting. It's the I Ching. For those of you who don't know what the I Ching is about, and because you're all losties, I'm suspecting that you've done your research and now you know, and I'm just preaching to the choir, so to speak. But it's 8 symbols composed of solid and broken lines, and the 8 are the the 8 possibilities of combinations of 3 of solid and broken lines. So 3 solid lines is heaven, 3 broken lines is earth, solid broken solid is fire, broken solid broken is water. There's also thunder, wind, lake, and mountain. And on the traditional I Ching, there are opposites that are opposite one another on this octagonal logo. So, like I said, fire is broken, is solid, broken, solid, and water is broken, solid, broken. They are opposites, and they are on opposite sides of the traditional I Ching. They're the only pair on this logo that are also opposite one another. Traditional opposites like heaven and earth, normally opposite from each other. On this one, they're at 45 degrees and 135 degrees. Wind and thunder are at 90 and 225. And lake and mountain, which are also traditional opposites, are right next to each other at 270 and 315 degrees. What does that mean? Who knows? Is there some secret code to all of this? You can bet I'm going to try and figure it out. What I do want to find out is whether that particular order is specific to Swan Station or whether that is common to all Dharma logos. I want to get a closer look at the Dharma logo in the station that the Tail survivors are in. Okay, that's enough for now. Let's watch the next episode. This is episode 5 of season 2, and its title is ... and found. So this is the second time we've got an episode title where it's a play on Lost. So back in season 1 we had and in translation, Lost in translation. Now we have and found, Lost and found. I wonder whether there may be more of these down the pipeline. They're fun, but I really don't know what this one is going to be about. Who knows what we might find out in this, what we might find in this episode. So let's watch episode 5. This one is called And Found.
It's been 4 days.
I mean, Michael knew what he was doing. I doubt anything would have...
She's lost the ring.
Okay, it's gone.
Oh, cool. We get another Sun episode.
너 그 옷 입고 나갈 거야?
이 옷이 어때서?
오늘 이것을 신어라. 남자 키가 너보다 작을 수가 있지 않아.
Oh, they're introducing him to other men.
대학 때 남자를 만났으면 지금 중매쟁이도 필요 없지 않아.
때가 되면 내 남편 감은 내가 찾을게요.
나 아빠가.
Is this going to be the season of mothers?
어떤 여잔데?
So this is when they actually meet?
어떻게 생긴 줄 알아야 만나면 알아보지. 오렌지. 오렌지.
Orange.
뭐의 사랑으로 오렌지야? 야, 내 주제 결혼은 무슨 내비 풀칠하기도 바쁜데. 1차 면접 보고 되게 그러네. 나에겐 인생의 중대사야 임마.
Is this just to be the waiter? So this looks like an arrow on this logo?
I think they're trying to figure out what to do with us.
All right, all of you, get up. We're moving out.
Why would they be leaving this place?
Moving out where?
You're gonna help us get food and water. We have a long walk ahead of us.
A long walk where?
Back to where you came from.
They're good. They want to join. Okay. That makes sense. Ana Lucia is not going to give up power nicely. You can see some potential conflicts coming there. Where'd they get that machete?
Well, I want to figure out what the hell is going on over here before I make any decisions about anything.
What the hell is going on over here that's got you all so on edge?
You know what? That's a great idea. Cindy, go with him.
Cindy?
Libby, see what fruit you can gather. Take him with you.
His name is Michael.
Bernard and I'll gather the fish.
Fish. Man knows how to fish. I'd take him with you if I were you.
So who does Sawyer get?
I lost my wedding ring once. It's crazy where you'll look when you want to find something bad enough.
What did your wife say?
She never knew. I went to a jeweler and I had a replica made, that's how. Yeah, Right now it's just rattling around in my sock drawer back home.
Want to help us out over here?
저러다가 굶어 죽지.
Does it look like I speak Korean?
Fish.
fish.
도시 태생은 아닌 것 같고. 자네 고향이 어디야?
남해입니다.
생선 냄새가 나더니 오늘부터 권진수 씨 직원으로 발령하세요.
Oh.
자네 같은 사람들 절대로 드나들 수 없는 곳이야.
Oh.
열심히 하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
Interesting.
And I know about scare.
So what's up with
That way you
Libby?
throw some pit? Because you're scared?
And we've got trust issues.
Why don't you head inland? That's where all the fruit is on our side.
We don't go that way.
Why?
Because that's where they come from.
So they already know the others?
For your protection when we travel.
Oh, okay, they made
You
it
made
an
this?
airplane fuselage.
What's your name anyway?
Mr. Echo.
Mr. Echo.
Yes.
Let's go. We're leaving now.
What do you mean we're leaving?
Your buddy ran off into the jungle.
Michael, he just left.
마이클이 아들을 잃어버려서 찾아러 간 거야.
Yeah. If Michael thinks that's where the others are, that's where he's going.
Libby, can you carry the radio?
Wait, you have a radio? Can you use it?
Wow, what a great idea.
마이클,
We're leaving before he can tell them where we are.
what are we supposed to do? Wait for him?
So were they the ones that spoke to Boone before he died?
He ain't coming back without Walt. You really think he's gonna find him?
So Jin's going after Michael
Going
on
the
his
wrong
own.
way.
That's where he's going.
Toward them. I'm gonna help him find his friend.
Ah,
Can't wait.
Anna Lucy is losing her group. Sawyer should be going with them, though. Come on.
All you gotta do is retrace your steps.
I'm betting it's with the wine bottle.
So, is that in the good Korea or the bad Korea?
Good Korea.
The good one.
No one can leave the bad Korea.
The dog did not eat my ring.
Dude, dogs will eat anything. Buster Crab's at $1.35 nickels.
They should have said $1.15, because that would have been 23 nickels.
학벌 좋지. 아버님이 이 호텔 회장님이셔.
어서 오십시오. 서울 게이트웨이 호텔을 찾아주셔서 감사합니다.
둘이서 얘기할 수 있도록 시간을 좀 내줍시다.
How awkward and weird. So weird.
어느 분이 더 걱정하세요? 어머님 아니면 아버님? 어쩌다 보니 지금은 호텔을 하고 있네요.
예. 어쩌다 보니까
Yeah, they're actually hitting it off. This is interesting. So she studied art history, and Michael's an artist, so it kind of explains their connection from early on. You know, one more thing that they had in common. I love the landscapes here. This is crazy. I hate that I'm going to be calling him Mr. Echo, because I'm sure that wasn't his actual name. I wonder how long he's going to keep the handcuff. Oh, dear God. So have the others been picking them off?
His name was Goodwin.
Others?
They don't know that word, but yeah. Or maybe they do. Like, why would the others call themselves the others? Yeah, she buried it with the wine bottle by accident. Don't pull up the whole garden.
Bad day?
I was about to say this must be the episode that they gave Locke off. But there he is.
Did you see me?
Rip apart your garden?
No.
I used to get angry. All the time.
So you're not frustrated anymore?
I'm not lost anymore.
Now I'm found.
그것 좀 빌려주시겠어요? 데이트가 있어서. 아, 예.
Interesting.
고맙습니다, 권진수 씨.
Well, getting in good with the boss's son. It's a good day at work.
생각보다 참 평범하세요.
앞으로 우리 계속 만나는 걸 하면 어떨까요? 맞서물 걱정도 없고 부모님 눈치 볼 일도 없고 한마디로 자유로워지는 거죠. 하버드에서 백인 여자친구 만났어요. 아직 아버지한테 말씀 못 드렸지만
Oh,
6개월 후에 미국에
he's just doing this
그녀와
to
결혼할
get
겁니다.
her. Oh, fascinating. So he's just doing this to get them off, the
잠깐 제가
parents off their back.
걱정 마세요. 멋지시네요.
제가 잘못
꼭 행복하세요.
I love when these stories don't go the way you expect them to.
This is fresh. Michael. They don't leave tracks.
The others don't leave tracks. I like that they made a weapon out of a souvenir boomerang on a stick. What are we about to see? The tension's crazy. Oh, what the heck? How long are they hiding for? I guess 2. There's a bunch of them. Whoa. That's creepy and a half. The stuffed bear on a rope. What's that about? I wonder if that's Alex, Danielle's kid.
놈이 급해서 그러는데. 알았어요.
He's getting fired.
빨리 쓰고 나서요.
Oh,
미스터 관, 누가 들여보내래? 내가 자네한테 그렇게 시켰나? 이래서 써든 무슨 상관이야? 너 같은 놈들. 뭐 하는 거야 이거?
그동안 고맙습니다.
lots of people quitting jobs. Hurley did it last episode. Jin does it this episode.
Well, they've only been gone a few days, you know.
Don't. I'm sick of everyone saying he's all right. He's not all right. Claire found the bottle.
Sawyer's not in good shape here.
Keep slowing us down, we're gonna leave you behind.
Go ahead, leave me behind.
All right. See ya.
You married.
No.
Too bad. You seem suited for it.
Oh,
What are you doing?
Michael, go back, man! Whoa!
it's amazing how much more sympathetic a character Jin has become.
back without him.
Shouting is not a good idea. You have no idea what these people are capable of.
I'm not going back without him. You find Walt, Michael.
Can I see it?
Whose message is she looking for?
Kate, those are private. What are you doing?
Didn't say goodbye.
I didn't say goodbye.
Sawyer?
Son,
There's the ring. In the sand. By the bottle. Love in orange?
죄송합니다.
죄송해요.
여기 있습니다.
예.
Another great episode. Although I'm just more and more worried because, yes, Walt is still missing. Yes, the others are still out there. Yes, Sawyer is still shot. But these are feel-good episodes, and I don't know. I keep waiting for the other shoe to drop. I feel like something bad's got to happen soon, right? Something new and crazy and disturbing. We saw a bunch of presumably the others, the barefoot ones walking past Jin and Mr. Echo as they hid in the bushes. Is that really what we're going to call him, Mr. Echo? It seems like that can't be his real name, so why is he not using his real name? Or is that just an anglicization of a name that no one wants to pronounce, in which case that's not cool. But yeah, the others are out there and they are real people. I mean, I guess we knew that ever since the days of Ethan, but I keep waiting for something majorly negative to happen, and we're just not there yet. You know, it seems like, okay, now we've got the bunker, and Locke has people punching in codes, and we're good there. We ate the food, and that's not a worry anymore. Saeed thinks that maybe all that concrete was poured because there was some sort of nuclear accident. We don't know what exactly happened because, yeah, the bunkers were built back in the 70s, but then there was an accident sometime that decade because the film was made in 1980, and now there's the new 108-minute protocol, which does something that's, you know, we know Swan is some sort of electromagnetic generator station, but there's clearly information that we haven't received yet. But it feels like this is all just the calm before the storm, I guess, is what I'm getting at. You know, there's these really heartwarming moments. I love how much my opinion of Jin has evolved since the first episode. You know, he was this controlling husband. When we got those first flashbacks, he seemed violent and distant and all of these sorts of things. And the more we learn, the more we realize what a good soul he actually is. And it's all been about protecting his wife from the truth about her father, and now we see even more good for him. You know, he sacrificed this great job, this great career, because of how the hotel manager felt about, you know, poor villagers. I'm just very, very curious to see where we go from here, and I can't see. Sometimes there's a lot of foreshadowing placed, and maybe it's small and hidden and not obvious yet, but often foreshadowing is obvious and you can sort of anticipate where a show is going. I don't know where we're going. Presumably we're going to meet the others someday, but is that going to be in 2 episodes or is that going to be in season 4? I don't know. Are we going to start getting flashbacks of the tail survivors soon? Are we going to get an Ana Lucia flashback, or are we going to see who knows, Mr. Echo or Libby, or I keep forgetting Rose's husband's name. It'll come to me, and I'm typing it on the screen right now because I've completely blanked. Anyway, loving the show as always, and just really curious to see where we go next. So thank you guys as always for giving a thumbs up if you like what I'm doing here. If you haven't yet subscribed, why not? Hit the button. It really costs you nothing, and you'll never miss an episode of these. I'm in this for the long haul, and it would be great if you got to see all of them instead of missing the odd one because you didn't subscribe. Please leave your comments. I love going through your comments. I can't respond to every comment like I used to back in the day. There's just too many of you, and I have to be very cautious of spoilers now, but I do read as many as I can, and I do appreciate all the thoughts and suggestions and encouragement. It really does make a difference, so thanks to all of you. Until next time, guys, take care, stay healthy, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.